advantage of it.
All right.
What?
I don't think I have enough drinks.
Why
Well,
would
I
you
just got a
say-
YouTube notification that we just went live. That's kind of cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
That's
that's good.
on my phone. Maybe it's because I actually set this up as a Hangout on Air, unlike Lior.
Fancy.
Actually, speaking of, let's turn this off sound.
Well, yeah, I had that problem just now. Some serious echo. All right, so we are going to talk about games and stuff for the rest of the year.
Yay.
Woo.
All right, cool. I'll do an intro, and then we can discuss things, as it were. I'm really not ready for this. This is going to be amazing.
No, good leadership, Ellie.
All right.
I believe in you.
You need to manage your page up so you can talk to our one viewer.
I do, and Lior tells us that, or said that she's going to try and join, but I don't see her, so whatever.
I mean, I've got two people in the other room that I could yell at to join on YouTube.
That'd be fun.
I'm not too worried about it. 2 people are watching now. I think
Woohoo!
I'm one of them.
Core, are you sure Core's not the other one? Because usually it's Core.
No, it's Moose Full again.
Oh.
So we're going to get trolled about dragons.
Oh, I love those. Baiting dragon questions.
All right, so because I don't have a separate track, try not to screw me up too bad on the intro, but whatever.
Why would you say that? It's like a dare now.
I know. I don't even know what day this is for. What day is it today?
The 13th?
Today is the 13th, which means you'll be posting it on the 6th.
No, I am going to post it whenever I get to it.
So
never.
Just leave the live video up. Done.
That's right. All right, here goes. Hello and welcome to Cat Context, episode 105 for the week of November 14th through 18th, sometime in there. I'm Alindriel, and Lior has left us again because she is going on vacation. So instead, we have Arrows with me as usual, and we brought on some other guests. Hey, Arrow, how you doing?
I'm awesome. Thank you, Ellie. How are you?
I am great. I got to see a supermoon tonight. We also have Aurelia and Core.
I like how you just totally shut me down there.
I did. I figured I should come back to you after I introduce everybody else, so they don't have to do the fancy podcast thing and not talk till we've introduced them. So
that's fine.
How are you doing, Aurelia?
Honestly, am I being honest? Is that what you want?
I mean, it's up to you. It's a podcast, so you're allowed to do whatever you want to do. And Lior's not here to tell you anything else.
It's been a rough week, but I'm trying to focus on video games right now.
For
the next 45 minutes. That's my plan.
That's a good plan. How about you, Core? Welcome back.
Thank you. I am progressively better each day. I also booked a bunch of my my activities on my upcoming vacation, so I'm really excited for all those. That should be good.
Yeah, I think a vacation sounds really nice right about now. For a while.
Yeah, vacations are great. Love vacations.
Or back in time. So either way, we have had I think all of us here have had a frustrating, difficult, rough week in various ways. But we are going to try and talk about video games and whatnot, holiday stuff, like what we're looking forward to in the holiday season. Etc. So sorry if there's any negativity that comes through. We'll do our best, but you gotta do what you gotta do. So, do we want to talk about how things have been going other than that for the last week or so? It's been a couple weeks since we talked, I think. Arrow, have you been up to anything? It's a supermoon tonight.
Actually, yes. Well, the reason why we skipped podcast last time is because I was building my inevitable geek cosmetics empire here at Geek Media Expo in Nashville, which was a lot smaller than I was expecting, but still very exciting. P.S. I make amazing nail polish.
Might as well get the plug in, yeah. Early and often.
Yeah, I'm currently testing Voltron colors right now. This is Hunk. Came out really well, and I don't even like yellow. It looks amazing.
That's cool.
It's because it matches
So-
my shirt today.
How was are you have another con on the calendar yet, or are you,
I do. I actually have one tentatively on the calendar because there isn't much organization yet. That's Middle Tennessee Anime Convention, MTAC, in Nashville in April, and then Magic City Con in Birmingham at the very end of June, which is the official, unofficial BioWare fan con.
That's pretty awesome.
Greg Ellis is going to be there.
Any more awesome stories like the last time you thought someone might have bought some nail polish for the character that matched the nail polish color? Anything?
I actually did. I have a super cute picture of a diva that I met at GMX who was wearing diva polish.
Nice.
That's cool.
It was pretty special.
Yeah.
She was carrying a bag of Doritos and a 2-liter Mountain Dew. It was a super adorable cosplay. And then she came around the next day dressed as Eleven from Stranger Things, and I did not recognize her at all.
Oh wow.
You change your hair and you're completely different.
That's a weird costume, right? Because like you just wear like a
I
drab
saw a lot of those this
burlap
year.
sack bag and shave your head or something. I'm not really like.
Oh no, it was mostly people in like blonde wigs and that dress, and then
No, this girl does not go half-assed. She also did Negasonic Teenage Warhead. She keeps her head shaved and then wears a wig whenever she feels like it.
Wow. That is a devotion to the craft that I do not have.
Yeah, she's very hardcore, very awesome. That was
Awesome.
exciting.
How about you, Aurelia? Has anything
Yeah,
over the last couple? Well, it's been a while since we've talked to you on here. So
it's been a while. Yeah, farming season is wrapping up, so that's exciting. Also, I injured my foot by stepping on a piece of metal, and so I have a puncture wound in my right foot that is slowly healing, which puts a bit of a damper in me actually doing the
walking.
field work that I need to do, and the walking, and the driving for a while. But that's so I actually just started a game of Mass Effect 1 because I decided I think I want to play through the entire series again in preparation for Andromeda. So that's video game related. So yeah, trying like being grateful for my tetanus shot and doing my work and reading, and I ordered some really cool notebooks from Japan. That was very exciting. I'm a bit of a stationery nerd. So
Oh yeah,
cool.
I forgot you were part of the Bujo experience around
It's actually not even a Bujo thing. It's just
a
random.
notebook
It's
thing.
actually more like sketching, notebook, doodling, journaling sort of
Oh,
thing.
awesome. Very
Yeah.
cool.
But if you ever want to talk about like different paper, what paper is the best, I have very strong opinions on like which Japanese paper is the finest. So just keep that in mind for all your niche
Which one
needs.
Which one can take a heavy ink without bleeding through? Because that's my current problem.
Parchment.
Well, yeah, but
Thanks, Core. It depends on what you mean by it. Sorry, I was sort of calling your bluff. Like nobody actually wants to have this conversation on the podcast. Maybe we can talk on Slack later and not subject anyone else to it, because I have actual answers for you, but nobody wants to hear them except
that's
you.
exciting. Yeah, I like pens a lot, and I
Me
make
too.
notes pen and paper most of the time. But sometimes my ink goes through, and that's very sad.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Because I just have cheap, 5-star notebooks, and that paper is.
Must be nice, righty.
It is nice to be a righty.
Great.
Well, now I know what to get you for your birthday.
I can buy a mouse, and it fits in my hand and everything.
Are you really going to make Arrow angry? Because that doesn't seem wise to me.
I don't need to do much to make Arrow angry. She's already there. Look at her.
I'm not angry. I'm just planning.
That's so much more ominous. And Corey, you're planning a trip, right? So
Yeah, I'm heading out to Thailand in a couple days, so I just booked myself a day up in the mountains. I'm gonna go climbing. I'm gonna go to a wedding, night market stuff, and looking forward to it. Random other activities, but
cool.
You're going to eat some bugs?
I'm gonna eat all the bugs, deep fried, preferably not alive.
Do you like
Yeah.
bugs already, or is this like
No. I've never really had, other than chocolate covered ants, I've never had bugs before. And those are really just balls of chocolate with tiny little things inside of them.
right?
But it's
Or like a hot dog, right?
oh, there's probably bugs in that, sure. Or when I'm asleep and eat spiders. But that's not on purpose.
Yeah. Well, cool. I don't know if I've ever eaten bugs. I avoided all of those when I was in the night markets in China. And the baby sparrows, those were a little weird to me. But
Like a show on a stick?
yeah, they had everything on a stick at the big night market in Beijing.
Okay.
They had you had like baby sparrows, they had scorpions and crickets or grasshoppers or whatever, jellyfish, like whole jellyfish, and they just kind of like threw it on a grill and then handed it to you. It's,
Down.
yeah, it was really interesting. I was not nearly as adventurous of an eater as I am now. I'm still not sure if I would do it on the street in Beijing.
I'll report back. Hopefully I won't die and I'll report back and tell you.
Well, maybe Leora can rescue you because I hear she's going to be there at the same time as you, so that should be exciting. You're going to have are you going to have a Thailand podcast? I feel like you guys should do that
We could just set a recorder up and
on your phone or something. Yeah, I'm sure it'll work perfectly. Cool. I don't have a good transition into games because I missed Aurelia's and she had a good one.
You really did.
And then I let it go. So let's go there anyway. Aurelia, what are you looking forward to over the next, 3 to 6 months? I don't really know what our preferred schedule is here, but let's call it holidays.
So it's tricky because, release schedules, right? So I'm definitely looking forward to Andromeda. And they say that it's coming out early 2017. But I have a strong suspicion that they're filthy liars, and it's going to be more like mid to late 2017.
But we can dream.
But there are release trailers coming out already, so that's exciting. I also play SWTOR, and there's a new story-based expansion coming out for SWTOR. I think it's like mid-December. Arrow probably knows too.
Yeah, I actually don't pay attention because I'm a subscriber, so it's just going to show up and then
exactly.
It says, hey, click your alert.
Yeah, same things. Like I log in once a week to see if they have anything interesting that I check my mail, and eventually when I do that, there'll be new story chapters, and that's exciting. So
and there will be presents when you log in, and there will be Shea Vizsla and a walker, and it will be spectacular.
Wait, a walker, like an ad kind of situation?
Yes, as a mount. If you're a subscriber by I think the 27th.
Okay,
something like that.
November?
Which kind of
November?
Probably not an ad, but like.
No, it's a little mini. It's called a recon walker.
Okay,
It's
so not like an YesD or even like smaller than that.
It's
Probably
a little
smaller.
smaller than that.
Okay.
But they do have really big mounts in that game.
They
do.
super tall. Like you can get an actual Dathomir Rancor, and it's like 600 billion times taller than everything else. You can totally stand on the entire GTN and make everyone really, really unhappy with you.
So if I subscribe for
also, I just looked, and look at me contributing like information to this podcast.
And I need to go AFK. Hold on.
December, Arrow doesn't want to hear it. December 2nd is when it's being released. And if you were a subscriber on October 25th, that Time Machine Ellie would come in handy. You get the Shea Vizsla, who's that cool bounty hunter, as a companion. And the Recon Walker is if you're a subscriber on November 27th. So still time to snag that if you care about the Recon Walker.
Well, I might.
But yeah, December 2nd.
Awesome. Yeah, I keep intending to go back and keep playing, but now I have a WoW account active, and in the small hours that I have for MMOs, that's kind of winning right now. The Division also dropped a new expansion, or like a whole new update that's supposed to like make it easier to play without a bunch of people, which is cool. And I technically still play Mass Effect or Destiny. I was going to say Mass Effect, but Destiny.
Closer. I will say that I basically don't even treat SWTOR as an MMO. I'm a fan of the BioWare single-player story games, and Knights of the Fallen Empire, which is the previous expansion, and Knights of the Eternal Throne, which is the coming expansion, are both essentially that. There's an epic single-player storyline with, companions and drama, and they even have romances and all this nonsense. So, you don't really even need anyone else to play. I've been playing it as a single-player game.
Yeah, that's super cool. I keep meaning to go back and continue on. But then the only character I have that even finished the first set of storylines is an Inquisitor, and I watched the trailer for this new one, and it was real depressing.
So,
it wasn't really depressing. It's just very.
It's very epic, high stakes.
By Arrow. High stakes, and it puts a lot of the Empire into really sort of sharp focus, right? Like the Empire and the Sith, and I don't think that's bad because like that's what the Sith are, really, right? But
so it's actually all about a new Empire. So it's anyway. I don't want to get all spoilery, but it's not going anywhere. Like if you're a subscriber.
Right.
You get it all. Everything that's being released, you'll get for free. So you can go back to it. I think I went back when I started the last story-based expansion. I think I played through it all in, I don't know, a few weeks or something like that. So it's not even necessarily a huge time commitment. It's just like if you have a couple of weeks where you're like, I really want a nice narrative game, subscribe for a month and you can probably play through it.
Yeah, and my favorite part about it, especially is like somebody who's way behind, is that everything's really easy, which I would normally, if I was actually playing this like an MMO, I would probably bitch about. But in the context of I just want to like get some sweet BioWare story, like that's awesome.
And it is still the best PvP experience I've ever had in an MMO. I mean, still currently.
I mean, that's good. I still haven't done any of it.
I really like Healing Hub Ball. I really like it.
I love the idea of it. I just,
I'm terrible at Hubball, like really bad.
It's because you need to be a, a shadow or not an Inquisitor. What the hell are they called? No one ever plays them because everyone's playing Inquisitor.
Sorcerer.
No. The other variety. It's not Sorcerer. The ones that can stealth.
Oh, that's what I'm playing.
The polearm.
Assassin,
yeah. You want to be a shadow or an assassin, and you stealth, and you sit in the other team's hutball goal, and your team passes it to you, and you.
I mean, that's not that different from like what we used to do in Warsong Gulch as rogues and druids.
See, I really, really hated PvP in Warcraft, but the normalization that they have in SWTOR is just it makes it a whole lot more fun.
Yeah, I can believe that. That's definitely one of the things I always had a problem with in Warcraft, even when I would sit at some of the higher levels of... Like, I've leveled a couple of characters through PvP at various points, and I had a lot of fun at various times in non-level capped, whatever they're called, PvPs. Not arenas, the other ones.
Battlegrounds.
Yeah. Because
I haven't played WoW for 4 years and I'm still on topic. Like, come on here.
Whatever, man. I got kids running around. It's just like it's not gonna happen. So how about let's go to somebody else. Core, you're next. How about you? What are you looking forward to other than vacation?
I actually already purchased Final Fantasy 15. I pre-ordered it a couple weeks before the original release date, and now it's pushed back to November, so I'll actually get it, which will be sweet.
It's actually being released, hooray!
Yeah, well, I mean, this delay was for a reason that sounded logical. The other ones, who knows? But yeah, that's supposed to be out in, what's today, the 13th? Like 2-ish weeks.
Oh, cool. So when you're back from vacation.
Yeah, just right when I get back. It'll be I think, that Tuesday after I get back. That should be awesome. I'm actually thinking about buying Civ 6, which I know is a new holiday game, but it's still pretty recent, and I'm hearing good things. So
I have it. I've been playing it. I like it.
Yeah, and I'll have time now, and maybe they'll have done... They always do the Civ patches a couple months in, so that'll probably be about the time that happens. So I'm looking forward to that. And then I need to actually play Mass Effect 3 so I can play Andromeda when it comes out in the spring. So I hadn't ever played ME3 because when it came out, everyone got mad.
Yeah.
So I
it's not that mad. It was not that mad making.
So
for me, I haven't been emotionally prepared to let that story go yet, and that's why I haven't finished Mass Effect 3.
Well, and it, yeah.
I don't.
You do have to be emotionally prepared to let that story go. So
yeah, and I'm cool with that. I'm not emotionally prepared to let it go yet. So I haven't finished it yet. I will probably finish it before Andromeda comes out.
Well, you have to, right? Andromeda is set after
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it's like
only
far future
after.
after. At the end, it's far future after, right?
I don't think
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think it starts out far future after, but they're going to a different galaxy, which takes a whole lot of time.
Right.
Or
Arrow,
does-
you have to promise me that when you do finish Mass Effect 3, you will play through the Citadel add-on.
I have it.
Okay.
I just
Yeah,
I
you know,
haven't.
I haven't played through this at all.
Then
The way
you
I put
should.
it off was we had been playing Mass Effect on consoles, and then we moved and we lost some cabling. We just never finished it on the console, and then I got it on the PC. So I was like, oh, now I have to start over with 1 so I can carry my Shepard through.
No, otherwise it would be discontinuity. You wouldn't want that.
Exactly.
Right. Well, and now's your
so-
chance to fix all the
And I'm
mistakes that
still
you
like
made.
halfway through Mass Effect 2 with my PC Shepard. I have to finish that. I just
Like that one
But-
time that you press the renegade button and then you punch somebody in the face and you're like, I didn't mean to punch you in the face. I just wanted to snark at you.
and I'm pretty sure the one time I punched someone in the face, it was that reporter lady who totally deserved it.
I think all of us punched the reporter.
Even the most paragony paragons punched that fucker in the face.
Yeah. Well, that's cool. I am excited about Andromeda, but I haven't really been paying attention because it's one of those games that like I am just going to play. And I also played them all on console, so I need to come up with a PC save game somehow.
Oh, you get you definitely need to do that.
I assume that we'll do something like the Dragon Age Keep for Mass Effect.
Right. I was going to say for Dragon Age, they had like a creator where you could just say, "Oh, I did these things before," and it would pop you in.
I mean, you can certainly. I bet somebody will.
There are
mod
mods
it.
that do it now.
There's even actually an add-on for Mass Effect 2 that you can buy. It's like a DLC that presents Mass Effect 1 as like kind of a comic book.
Oh,
And
neat.
it takes about 10 minutes to play through, and so you like get a story refresher, and then you have choices at various points. And so for people who don't want to tangle with the Mako and do another Mass Effect 1 playthrough, it's a really neat idea. It's not just like a text, based drop down. Like there's actually some story feel to it with this sort of comic booky effect. So that's a neat thing, and I think I don't even know how much it costs. I think maybe $2 or $3. It was totally worth it.
Yeah, it's probably one of those things that you accidentally get in a bunch of.
Yeah, like bundles or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have the first 2 games on PC also, but not the third. So I'd probably just start over. Except, how do I play Citadel without breaking out 360? So
Well, Citadel, they have Citadel on the PC.
I know, but I don't own 3 on PC. So
Oh.
yeah. I could. It's probably cheap too. I know.
Probably like $5.
Yeah, I think at this point it's cheap.
And there's a holiday sale coming up, I'm sure, on Steam, so I'm sure I can. Or is it on Origin?
There's always sales on
It's
everything.
Origin. You can get 1 and 2 on Steam, but I think 3 is only on Origin.
Okay, well maybe I do have it then. I just wasn't looking at my Origin account. So either way, Core, did you play? There's another one. Did you play? You played the World of Final Fantasy, right? How was that one?
Oh yeah, I'm actually currently in the middle of that. About 30 hours in, and I think I'm at the end because I've got an airship, which usually means you're at the end of Final Fantasy games. Like, hey, you have a ship to the end, or to whatever you want. What's that?
Exploration, right?
Yeah. This isn't really a super explorer game. Like, all the side quests are kind of bucketed off for you, so you just kind of know, like, they're the side quests, and you kind of ping through them, and they're little 10-minute things, which was nice because you got them early, but I don't know, it wasn't super, it was all nostalgia. The battle system wasn't that interesting. I'm enjoying it, but I wouldn't tell you if you hadn't played it yet to go run and buy it now. Like, get time once you have free time.
So 20 years, maybe?
Yeah, never. Or never.
Yeah, that's cool. How about you, Arrow? Anything that we haven't talked about that you're looking forward to?
You covered all my stuff. The one thing I have that you guys haven't talked about yet is Pokemon Sun and Moon, which comes out, I think, on the 18th, because Pokemon is the Gup's very favorite thing in the whole wide world and has been for like 3 years. And part of being a good parent for me is being able to talk to her when she hits me with a bunch of Pokemon I've never heard of. And also, it's really cute and fun. And it gives me an excuse to get a 3DS, which I don't have.
Yeah.
Sorry, quick interruption.
Yes.
I've got a message from our fearless leader, which doesn't jump on the thing there,
Yeah.
saying Persona 5 on February 14th, 2017. Okay, thanks.
Thanks,
All in caps.
Leora.
That's our question from fearless leader.
All right. Cool. Persona 5 or whatever. There was something else. Oh, no. Is the gut playing the card game or just the DS games?
No, because I don't do card games in this house.
That's
what
I expected.
She gets them like in her stocking and she uses them as bookmarks.
Oh, that's cool.
But we don't
you
actually
can get her like the one that she likes that way, and it like works out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a much better way to deal with that whole problem situation.
Yes.
I had one, but I don't
Dishonored
remember.
2? Did anyone else play Dishonored?
No, I keep meaning to. That's another one that's
You should.
in my thing.
It's good.
List. Yeah.
There's a
that's
sequel,
it, right?
but I don't know anything about it except that it's coming, or maybe it's already here.
I think it might already be here, but I don't know. Either way, it counts because it is holiday season, technically. If you go to any store, it's like Christmassy and whatnot. I am hoping to get a PSVR for Christmas, or if not for Christmas, then shortly after Christmas.
Couldn't you just make that happen?
I mean, I can, but it is useful to have things that you can ask for Christmas that people can pool money towards and feel like they helped you out. So I don't know. Maybe we'll see. I don't even know if you can actually get them at the store right now versus like them being back ordered and stuff. I am excited about VR. I know nobody else on here really is, but I think it'll be exciting. I know that like the Oculus Touch I think is coming out finally before Christmas, so you can use the like hand controls and not just a gamepad, which is pretty sweet. But I don't want to have to build a new computer, so PSVR it is for me. And I don't know what else. I'm just kind of hoping that I have some time to play WoW and maybe Final Fantasy 15. I don't know. I don't know if I can devote like 1 million hours to Final Fantasy.
I can do it for you when it pops out, and you can decide if you want to play it from there.
Yeah, that's probably the right way to do it. So like see if people get through the intro quest on like 13.
So I'm looking at a website on Metacritic for like upcoming stuff with firm dates, and there's not a lot of things on this list actually. Like I guess maybe there's not a lot of stuff coming out, or not a lot of it has like firm release dates, but it seems pretty bare.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't feel like there's been massive hype for Christmas buying. I know that the like VR things are all coming out. I know that there's that little Nintendo console that you can't get anywhere apparently. That looks adorable, but could easily just be a Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
Isn't that just an emulator with a controller? Like,
well, they've done a little bit more than that. Like they've built, one of the cool things about it is that they built the controller to, they basically built the old NES controllers, right?
Right.
And you can like plug them into your Wii motes and get horrible calluses on all of the weird corners of your fingers. Because those are the worst.
Can I blow the cartridge?
Just like old times.
Yeah, but the cartridge door on the little thing doesn't open. So
right, that's really that was a joke because it's just it's preloaded with what, like 30-some games, something like that.
Yeah, and for $40 it sounds pretty cool as a little nostalgia piece to stick on your TV. Yeah, I don't really have anything else. I don't know what else is even.
This is riveting, guys.
I know we're doing great. Yeah. We had some good momentum for like 15 minutes, and now we gave up. Everybody.
Well, they haven't given us much in set releases. Everything I know is coming out next year, not this year. So.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually dumbfounded by. I wanted to say more things, but it's all.
Oh, I mean, we already talked about Andromeda.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, but besides
another Resident Evil coming out, there is another Halo Wars coming out. Something called For Honor, which apparently is getting some hype.
I don't know it. I don't know it. Are we old? Is that what's going on? Are we like past the target age now?
It's possible.
Maybe 12 hour.
Yeah.
Or maybe we just have more discriminating taste now, and
There you
we're
go.
we're not drawn in by every hot new property.
Well, I also do feel like we're still stuck with lots and lots and lots of sequels, and that's been really sort of difficult in terms of getting hyped up for games.
Mm-hmm.
But I know there's a lot of indie stuff around, but that I never hear about until after people are playing it. Since I stopped listening to all the interesting indie podcasts in my life.
Yeah, that's the problem. I can't stay up with that stuff, and I actually enjoy the indie games more often than the AAAs, but it's just hard to know which ones you really should be trying out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I usually only play that stuff like on recommendations or just because I stumble across it. Like I really enjoyed, that sort of mystery story that Lior played a couple of years ago on
Pigeon Boyfriend.
Her story.
No, not the pigeon. Yeah, her story. It was something she played at like 3 a.m. when I was hanging out with her when she was doing the Extra Life marathon. And it was this really interesting narrative thing where you had to watch a whole bunch of video clips of this woman being interviewed at a police station, and they were all out of order, and you basically had access to like a search feature, and you could like search the database of videos. And depending on what you search for, you would get these different videos. You would end up watching it totally out of order, and you'd have to try and figure out like what happened, like what was the crime and who committed it, and what was the backstory. And it was really non-linear and really different from anything I'd ever seen. Like it was videos of an actual actress like acting out all of the different segments of these different interviews. And I never would have played it if not for Lior playing it during Extra Life. And I mean, I remember it was 3 a.m. and I was messaging back and forth with her like, oh, try this, try that. And it was actually a lot of fun. And I ended up getting a few of my friends to play it after that. So that's how I find indie games. I just basically stumble across them.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of true. I have, for a while, I was listening to a couple of extra podcasts, and then I lost what little commute I had and an extra podcast time. And that's how I found a bunch of stuff too. But realistically, it's word of mouth and not. I mean, we don't hear it, right? Just in the main media. I mean, not like any of us really listen to any commercials anymore, so
yeah,
I don't really know where the main media goes. But there was one other thing. Oh, there's this game called Steep. Have you guys heard of this? It's
No.
Like a snowboarding game. To like go real niche here.
Go on.
This makes me think Tony. I'm thinking Tony Hawk at this point.
So I don't know. I just like I saw something. There's a beta for it, either out or upcoming, and then I think it's relatively soon after that. That game actually piqued my interest because I love snowboarding games like in an unreasonable way. Like all of the ones on GameCube and 64, I played the hell out of, and I have destroyed basically every Tony Hawk release ever. So I'm hoping it's fun, but I'm
watching the trailer of it right now, and it looks like a Red Bull commercial.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Red Bull sponsored that game. Quite possibly. But you know,
I thought
I
of
can
something.
guarantee they did because it's like, it's a Red Bull commercial. They're doing swirl suits and paragliding and yeah.
Did you guys play Divinity Original Sin?
I've played some of it, but I haven't finished it yet.
It's sort of like very much like the original Baldur's Gate series, just in terms of gameplay and like type of game. And they're making a second one of that. And I'm like Arrow. I'm about halfway through the first one, and I find it really enjoyable. But it's also it's just like Baldur's Gate. There's a fair amount to keep track of, and so sometimes when I'm looking for something that's really low, like doesn't require a lot of wherewithal and organization, I'm not necessarily up for it. But I'm definitely going to finish it, and I'm definitely eventually going to play Divinity Original Sin 2. So I will say if somebody hasn't yet tried Divinity Original Sin, you want to get the extended edition, which is periodically on sale on Steam for pretty cheap. And it's if you're a fan of like Icewind Dale, Baldur's Gate, anything like that, you should totally pick it up.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm actually a fan of those games or not. They're very
How
they're
dare
they're very fiddly, and I played a bunch of Neverwinter Nights, and that was pretty fun, and Neverwinter Nights 2. But like when you go back much further than that, like especially not having ever played D&D in the like earlier editions, which a lot of those games are truer to than expected, like it's just confusing. And those at that point in time there wasn't anything like respecs, right? So you tended to have to make good choices at the beginning, and
you could definitely hobble your character into the movie. But like also, I mean, you have the internet. If you spend even 10 minutes searching, I mean, and they also have presets if you don't want to fiddle with that. That's not the bad part. And if you're a fan of any tactical combat, like what's that game with the aliens attacking?
XCOM.
XCOM. So it has something like a similar feel to that, where you have a little squad and the environment is reactive. So for example, if you're a wizard and you can cast fireball, there could be an oil slick on the ground. And so if you cast a fireball spell, that entire section of the ground will light on fire and do extra damage to people. So they have some, I mean, it is a Baldur's Gate style game. It's for people who loved that stuff. But I mean, it was also made like 2 or 3 years ago. So it's much more modern with, interface considerations and some gameplay advancements that have come along over the years. So I do think it's worth playing. This, the story is a little bit over the top, but that's sort of part of the genre.
I think I own it, and probably never tried it. I kept trying to play Broken Age too, and that one was always like,
whoa, you never played Broken Age?
No.
What's wrong with
I
you?
haven't finished part 2 yet.
Whoa, what's wrong with you?
I never finished.
Well, I had to replay part 1 because there was so much time in between part 1 and part 2. I tried to play part 2 and I was like, hey, wait a minute, who's that again? What? And then I just...
Always disappointing.
Why are we making cakes with people in them? Like, what's this all about again?
Yeah, pretty much.
The other one I never played was The Longest Journey, Dreamfall Chapters or whatever it was called. Did any of you guys play that? Because like I kind of feel like
I have Dreamfall on my list, but I have not personally played it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's not terrible that there aren't that many games for like the holiday season, because if we do all have some downtime, we can catch up. I mean, I feel like this happens every year. This is about the time when everybody's like making their backlog lists, and they're like, I got to play these like 40 games, but I feel like that's about where I'm at. So.
Okay, well, if you're going to pick one game from your backlog for this holiday, what would it be that you like are going to get done? Exactly.
Dragon Age Inquisition.
There you go. You still haven't finished that yet?
No, I have not finished that yet. Yep.
What about you,
I have
Clark?
a question from the Peanut Gallery. I would like to. It's important for me to read this out because this is from our fearless leader.
Oh, God.
She says, I would like to ask if the lore is that Thrall is green because Gul'dan infused him with the soul of a deer like in the movie.
I haven't seen the movie, so I can't help you with that.
That's too bad.
Yeah, sorry.
It was a good troll try, but didn't work out.
Yeah, nice attempt.
Yeah, well, I also keep not looking at the comments, so I figured I had to try the comments out. And
Has anyone seen the movie, the Warcraft movie, aside from Lior?
No.
Like in our group or on the podcast. I think.
I mean, in the podcast.
No.
No.
Because I have some friends who have invited me to drunken hate watch the Warcraft movie with them, and that to me sounds like the way to go.
I mean, I would love to watch the Warcraft movie. I just haven't.
Wait, guys, there's a podcast right there.
Just drunkenly watch the Warcraft movie and yell at you.
Yeah,
totally. We owe an episode 100 at some point here. maybe making Arrow watch the Warcraft movie live on camera for the first time might be worth it.
It's
I
like
say
an
we make
MST3K, yeah.
Regulate her while she's doing it, so she can just reach over, do it, and then come back to us.
I hope I can cut that little sigh out because that should just be our intro.
Little sigh.
I did start watching Supergirl. Have any of you watched Supergirl?
I've seen the first couple of episodes of Supergirl. I need to sit down and watch the rest of it once I'm done with everything else. But I have a whole lot of Christmas knitting to do, which is when I tend to binge watch my television. And really, I would watch Jeremy Jordan read the phone book. So
Wait, which one's Jeremy Jordan?
Jeremy Jordan is her best friend.
Okay. Yep. I don't know his name yet. I'm like 1 2/3 of an episode in, so.
I struggled through an incredibly terrible show for him. So.
What's that?
Which show?
Cute show. He was in the second season of Smash, which was god awful.
Is that
just
is that?
god
Oh, no.
awful.
Wait. Smash is not Nashville. That is Nashville.
Yeah, Nashville is Nashville. That is correct. Smash was about putting up a Broadway show.
Oh, okay.
And no one liked the first season except people like me who have actually been involved in theater. And then, so they made the second season more of a really terrible soap opera, as opposed to the natural soap opera that being in theater is. And it was bad. It was really bad. That's why there isn't any more Smash, because it was really, really bad.
So in the first episode of Supergirl, they refer to Superman a lot, but they never say Superman.
Yeah,
Just call him like Man of Steel or the hero.
No, they're like him, your friend in blue.
I believe it's because it's trademarked and they don't have the TV rights to it.
Well, they said it in the second. They said it in the second season, in the second
It
episode.
is possible that they have the rights now.
Yeah, so it was probably a pilot thing, but I just like I noticed that immediately, and it was I don't know why is because they call him
super disconcerting, probably.
Yeah, it was really weird for like the whole episode. I'm like, are they intentional? Is this like mutants on Agents of Shield, and you're not allowed to say mutants, so you have to say metahumans, or it's not metahumans. What is it now? It's
Yeah, isn't it? That's what they had them in Suicide Squad, wasn't it? Metahumans or?
No, metahumans is the DC. That's what they're calling them on like Arrow. The Arrow universe is meta, and the Arrow and the Flash, all the DC stuff. I think they just call them enhanced. I think they're enhanced.
That's awful. Couldn't come to anything better than enhanced. Enhanced sounds like you're artificially created.
It's real weird. Inhumans. There you go. Thanks, chat. Inhumans. They're called Inhumans in Agents of Shield. But the reason I started Supergirl is because there's like some sort of crazy like 4 CW show crossover episode coming up where they like start on either the Flash or Supergirl and go across the Flash, Arrow, and DC's Agents of Tomorrow, which that show I got 1 episode in and turned off and never went back to. But I'm going to watch another episode because it's a giant 4-part crossover.
That's funny because the reason I'm tempted to watch Supergirl is because I'm a fan of, I like watching American Ninja Warrior, and one of the most badass contestants on American Ninja Warrior is a stunt woman named Jessie Graff, who is a stunt woman for Supergirl.
Yeah, she's awesome. And
so I basically just want to see what kind of nonsense she gets up to in Supergirl. I mean,
there's a lot of
wearing a wig, you know.
Yeah, there's a lot of nonsense. So it's not quite as nonsensical yet as the random parkour bits in Arrow. I don't know if any of you guys watch Arrow. Arrow, do you watch Arrow?
I do not.
Look at you with wordplay.
Yeah.
Very clever.
I don't have the CW, so I don't really get to watch a lot of these shows.
You don't get the CW or you hate the CW?
I don't have cable, so...
It's all online. You could watch it easy.
Really? Just like for free without pirating?
Isn't some of it on Netflix?
All the current stuff is. Yeah. Netflix has the first several seasons. So Arrow was was hard. The first half of the first season was like not great. And then by the end of the first season, it was pretty good. Now this season is not great so far. And they like changed all the camera work.
Bad. And then it was okay, and then it was bad. This is an awesome.
No, it was disjointed, and then it was good, and now they're like having a cast turnover or interlude, and that never works out. So.
That's like a hard pass, man.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah. Anything else? Have you guys been watching anything else, or you guys want to go home and have a nap? It looks like everybody wants to have a nap.
Yay, naps!
I have some Mass Effect 1 to play.
I apparently have some Mass Effect 2 to play.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We could go to the whole movie.
No, it's fine. Unless there's anything else you're looking forward to, we'll just call it here. And I will say I'm sorry for ending this show with like a petering out of nonsense. But what are you gonna do? This is what happens when Leora leaves.
And also, that's basically how the show works.
So true.
This has been another episode of Cat Contact.
I mean, I kind of just want to leave it there. We'll see you in a couple weeks, maybe, if Leora comes back and if anybody listens to this episode. I don't know. We love you guys.
Yes, indeed.
Great. Thanks for joining us, and Ellie out.
That was awful.
Wow. That was amazing.
On my screen, it still says live in the corner.
We're still going.
That's because I haven't stopped broadcasting. There's a button down here. You gotta press it.